guys, what's going on? CrucityDesigns here, and today I'm bringing you guys another video. Now, I've been really excited to make this video, and I've been wanting to do this for a very long time, just for the fact that I really want to help you guys out. So, without further ado, let's go ahead and get started. So, starting off, I just wanted to say Call of Duty, its main source is on Twitter. For those of you that don't know that, go ahead and make a Twitter account, but I'm sure almost everyone watching this video has a Twitter and already knows that Call of Duty is on Twitter. So anyways, since Call of Duty is mainly on Twitter and organizations and all that stuff happens on Twitter, you have to make sure that you look professional. And what I mean by looking professional is not going up dressing as in a tux and putting that as your profile pic. I mean making your tweets actually look like they're spelled correctly, they have the correct grammar, and they're not like words you would use in some 76 hood. I don't know, and sorry if I offended anyone, but like, you want to sound very professional. You want to sound like a mature human being. You don't want to sound like a 14-year-old kid trying to get Call of Duty or something. Like, you want to sound very mature, professional. This will look very good for organizations and teams wanting to get you. This will look good when you're a part of an organization trying to represent you and you're representing them. They don't want a young, and the reason why I say young is because usually younger people are more immature, even though it happens a lot to older people, but younger people or organizations don't want to represent immature and unprofessional people. They want to be professional. They want to grow and, literally be a professional brand, and if you want to be a part of that, you gotta act professional. That means no getting to really arguments on Twitter. I mean, it all happens to the best of us, but try and get as few, little to none arguments on Twitter as possible. As far as cursing goes, I watched a video a long time ago, and I wondered why Optic wasn't allowed to curse on Twitter and stuff, and I know it slips every once in a while for them, but the main reason was because you can't express your words on Twitter as you can if you're saying them. Like, someone could take that curse word and take it the wrong way, and instead of you saying it and like expressing how you're saying it. So just try and stay clear of that. Of course it's going to happen. Of course an argument might break out. As far as trash talking goes and everything, try and be respectful, calm. If anything, just say GG after the match or something. Pros nowadays, you don't see them talking trash to the other team. You really see them walk over, shake hands, they're done. Even if they're pissed at the other team, sure, there might be an instance or two, but try and stay clear of that. Organizations hate when you guys, and I'm starting to put you guys, like the majority of you do it, I'm sure most of you don't, but organizations hate when people look unprofessional and represent their org bad. So next we're going to talk about how do you find a Call of Duty team, and this also applies to finding an organization. Now this application I use, or this website I use called TweetDeck, is very helpful. I'm sure lots of you heard it. I know lots of YouTubers use it to help keep track of everything going on Twitter. Basically what it is you could have you're able to keep track of many different things going on at once. You have different columns, and I'm not sure what the limit is, but basically you could have your home page, direct messages, notifications, whatever you want. Now, what I recommend doing is you have your notifications to see if anyone followed you, added you or whatever, direct messages in case you gotta message someone. For another column, what you can do is you do it mentions for like a retweeter for Call of Duty. I know you guys know a lot of them out there. Probably the biggest one and the most popular one is Sean Abner. Lots of you know him. He's Scumpy's dad. But basically he just goes on Twitter and retweets everything about Call of Duty. So many people tweet at him, whether it's an organization looking for a team, whether it's a free agent looking for a team. So I would recommend you do like the Sean Abner mentions, and the reason why you do mentions is because everyone that tweets at Sean Abner, you get to see all those instead of just what he retweeted. So there's going to be tons and tons and tons of people tweeting at him, so I really recommend you guys do that. So yeah, so that will be really helpful on to finding a team and finding an organization. Now, what do you do once you find an organization? Now, you're not going to find a top amateur organization right off the bat. You're not going to find even if you're really good, the chances are you are not. They're not even going to talk to you. And the reason being, unless you have LAN experience or LAN placings or tournament winnings, they're not going to care. They want top tier players that have already experienced LANs. They want really good players. Let's put it that way, okay? So you got to start from the bottom, and I can guarantee you almost every single player started from the bottom. Scumpy went from team to team to team to where he is today, basically. So what you gotta do, you gotta find a team that's better than you, obviously, so you can get better and learn from them. So you gotta find a team. You gotta next stay in contact with lots of people, whether it's friends, managers for other teams, organizations, just in case if your team falls apart, if you get kicked, if you want to upgrade to another team or something, if somehow you get put in a ditch, you already know your way out instead of wasting time looking for an organization or team. Now, that would really help in the long run, because obviously you're not going to be the same team, you're not going to be the same organization, you're not going to be the same players forever or for even a long time. So I really recommend taking that step in case something happens. Now, once you find your team, you're going to want to obviously move up to a better team. Now, how you find that team is when you're in leagues, when you're playing, I wouldn't say UMG matches, but when you're playing in leagues, you're playing in exhibition matches, tournaments, you're obviously going to start getting to know a couple of teams out there and a couple of teams that absolutely destroyed you. Now, once you start getting better, you could start getting contact with them and everything, and you could kind of talk about, if you did good, obviously, you could kind of talk about moving and upgrading to their team, or if something happens to a player, if they drop a player, you could get upgraded to their spot. So upgrading teams obviously isn't a quick process, it's a long process, but obviously if you guys are dedicated to make it to the top team, to make it to pro level, you're going to have to take these steps. Now, obviously some people might get lucky, or I wouldn't say, might get lucky to be placed on a top amateur team, but most of you guys are going to have to work your asses off to go from the bottom to all the way to the top. And obviously it's going to be hard, it's going to be a long journey, but if you guys really want it, you guys know what to do now. You guys have the materials to do it, unless you guys just absolutely suck at COD. And yeah, so I want to say something real quick. All these things I'm telling you right now, there's no one person or no videos or anything I learned this from. So I really hope any of you watching that I really did help you guys out, because I had to learn this all on my own and everything, and your best teacher is going to be self-experienced, and I really hope that it does teach you, and I hope this video is basically a guide to help you guys out and lead you in the right direction for your next Call of Duty team, for finding an organization, or whatever you guys desire in the Call of Duty community. But anyways guys, that will be it for today's video. If you liked it, go ahead and give it a thumbs up down below. If you guys have any other tips for everyone, go ahead and put it in the comment section. But anyways guys, thank you for watching today's video, and see ya.